Hi guys, welcome back to Clearview Driving. My name is Zaman and today I am doing a mock test with Sirha.
Hi.
Welcome to the channel. So, tell me a little bit about your previous experience.
With driving?
With driving, yeah. That's what we're here for. So we're driving. How many hours of lessons or practice would you say you've done?
Like 30 to 40 hours.
Okay. And you said you've been learning to drive with family.
Yeah.
How many hours with an instructor?
0.
0. Okay. How's that been, learning to drive with family?
It's actually been good.
Yeah?
Like, I'm not wasting any money, but spending money, I mean, not wasted.
But what about the initial, like, starting first two or three sessions? How was
before
that?
It was stressful.
Must have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, learning to drive with family. I struggle teaching my nephews because I end up kind of breaking out of character of being an instructor.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's not the easiest, but
It's not.
Your parents really stuck with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so your test is coming up. Have you ever done a driving test before?
No.
Okay. Do you know how today will go? Or do you want me to tell you a little bit about today?
Yeah, can you tell me, please?
All right, so throughout today, okay, we're going to be out for about 38 to 40 minutes. We're going to do a mixture of roads, a little bit of independent driving. I'm going to get you to carry out one reversing exercise and possibly the emergency stop, similar to hopefully everything you've been practicing.
Yeah.
Yeah? Before we start driving, I'm going to ask you a question at the beginning now, and then whilst you're driving, I'm going to ask you to demonstrate one of the show me questions out on the road. So before we get started, your first question will be, could you tell me a little bit about the general condition of your tyres to be roadworthy? So how should your tyre be?
How to test it?
Yeah, so what is the general condition of your tyres?
It should have no cuts and bulges.
Okay.
And it should have 1.6 millimeters of tread depth.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Sounds good. All right, so for anyone that is new to watching these videos, don't forget to like the video, comment down below. If you'd like to follow Sirha, I'm going to leave all of her socials down in the description. Do you do socials and all that?
I just have TikTok right now.
It's there.
Yeah,
Check it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get straight into this. So whenever you're ready, I'd like you to start the engine. We're going to make our way out of the car park.
Yeah. Okay. How do you... Oh.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, we're going to head out the car park and then turn right, and then when we get to that roundabout, it's a right again. Sorry, left from the roundabout.
Wait, so...
Up there, right, and then left.
Okay, cool. Quite big. Okay.
So it's a right then left. So what car do you normally drive?
I've been driving different cars.
Oh, I
my
see.
dad's been changing cars.
Oh,
So
quite a bit of experience then.
Yeah.
So left here.
Yeah.
As we get to the roundabout, to make this left turn, Sirha should have been more towards the left as it would make the turn easier. She also straightens up the wheel at this point, so the tyres are currently facing forward. If she had kept the wheel turned, the car would continue in that path. And then traffic lights, turn right please.
Alright, cool.
As we can see the traffic lights from this point, you want to check your mirrors and signal early to make it clear to others that you intend to move over. Turning right, yeah?
Yeah. This thing is stiff. Okay, cool. I didn't think I was going to be nervous, you know?
Are you nervous?
Kind of.
At these traffic lights, there is a yellow box in the middle of the junction, and this is a near side turn. So when the traffic lights go green, the first two cars should go into the yellow box and wait there. Now the stop line on this particular junction is quite far back, This is because the entrance of this road is fairly narrow. They want the traffic on this side to wait further back in case a large vehicle turns in from the right hand side. They have enough space to swing into the turn. Sirha deals with this junction really well. She waits behind the stop line and only goes forward when the traffic in front of her has cleared the junction. And on this particular occasion, we actually had a filter arrow because the traffic lights on our side stay green for a little bit longer than the opposite side. Alright, so we're going to start the independent part of your driving test. I'm going to give you some signs to follow. So I'd like you to follow signs towards A4 and Heathrow.
Okay. Do you not have any notes for the test? You just know it from your head?
Well, hopefully I won't need a notepad.
Yeah.
There's that, but no, I just remember it.
Oh, okay.
My memory's very location based. If something happens, I'll remember it in terms of where we were travelling.
Yeah. Did you pass your test the first time?
No.
Really?
No, I didn't.
When did you pass that? Second time?
Second time, yeah.
Oh. What mistake did you make in the first one?
Loads. I'll talk about them later, don't worry. So from here, it's Hounslow signs. The last one said Heathrow, so it's the third exit, yeah?
Okay.
So it's the A4.
Did I miss this thing? I'll stop. Oh, I think I missed it, innit?
Okay, so we're still following signs towards the A4. Be sure to see the road signs, road markings.
Okay, cool.
So we need to get into the third lane, yeah?
Oh, okay.
The reason that Sirha doesn't get marked down for awareness and planning is because the road marking had only just come in at that point, but I needed to get her to move over as we didn't want to stay on the first two lanes as they're headed towards the M4. And because of the speed that we're travelling, we need to move over in good time. So the lane we're currently in is the normal driving lane towards the A4 and the two left lanes are coming off. Alright, that'll be the end of your independent driving. I want you to just continue driving as normal.
Okay.
So the lane we're currently in is splitting into two, and the right hand side of it is the overtaking lane. And just ahead of us there is a new lane being added, so the middle lane that we're currently in also becomes the overtaking lane. Now at this point the traffic was fairly busy, So it wasn't an issue that Sirha was in the middle lane at this point. You okay? Just breathe.
Yeah.
With driving in the middle lane, you would only really get marked down if the left lane was completely empty and then you're still driving at the speed limit but driving in the middle, or traffic is going out of their way over towards the left lane to overtake you. What is this van driver doing?
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
Literally.
Oh God, that's me.
Is that my fault?
No. How could that possibly be your fault? Now at the second set of traffic lights, we're going to be turning right. They're coming up shortly. The second set, turn right. Turning that way, yeah?
Oh yeah.
This traffic light right turn is an offside turning where we need to go into the middle of the junction and turn in the second half. There is a giveaway line once we're in that position, and then we're crossing 3 lanes of traffic on the opposite side of the dual carriageway to get into the new road. I did have to brake on this occasion, and Sirha gets a dangerous fault with junction observation as she was about to go over the giveaway line. We've got to wait for these guys, don't go over that line.
Okay.
It's a dual carriageway, okay?
Yeah.
We've got to wait for these guys, don't go over that line.
Okay.
It's a dual carriageway, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go now.
Okay.
With the angle that we're approaching and the potential speed of oncoming traffic, I couldn't risk Sirha going over the giveaway line at this point. If you could put it in park up on the left, just in that space up there, leave enough space to move away.
I always get scared to hit the curb. Okay, it's bad.
Drive up whenever you're ready. At the end of the road, turn right, please. At the end of the road, turn left. Sirha's waiting in a good position to be able to get around the bus if it's safe to do so. If not, she can carry on waiting until the bus moves off. Now she's got her right signal running. When the road ahead is clear, she decides to overtake, but then starts to hang around next to the bus as the bus starts to move off. In this position, it would have been safer to continue through as you're already committed and the road ahead is clear. And take the next road on your right, please. Sirha's waiting in a really good position as she's giving way to this oncoming vehicle. Now from this position to move off, you'd simply check your mirrors towards the right, and you can also check your right blind spot. If you feel like you're hidden, you can even put on a right indicator when moving off from this position. Right, so if you could pull in and park up on the right hand side of the road, just in that space up there, go right up to the front. Don't worry about the driveways, just kind of keep going up forward close to that tree. That's great there, thank you. Alright, so what I'd like you to do now is to demonstrate the reverse back for 2 car lengths.
Okay.
So I'd like you to reverse back for about 2 car lengths and keep a reasonable distance from the pavement. Try not to touch the pavement as you're carrying out this exercise.
Okay.
Sirha's parked up where the back of the car is slightly closer to the road, and as she reverses back, she continues reversing in this position so the car goes even further into the road. She gets marked down for this. If you notice that you're getting further away from the pavement, be sure to tilt the wheel towards the right to get closer to the curb as you're reversing. I'm pretty sure I have it on Do Not Disturb.
Can I adjust the car? Because I don't feel like it's in. Okay, wait, just please. Just the car.
That's fine there, thank you.
Are you sure? Okay.
Let it ring out. Let it ring out. I was hoping it would stop by now. Try when you're ready.
Okay.
And turn right. Somebody didn't check their blind spot when they moved off. driving down this road, there are parked vehicles on the right hand side, which means we need to allow more space in the middle of the road for oncoming traffic. So noticing this, Sirha should have been positioned closer towards the left. If you could pull in and park up on the left anywhere safe. Approaching this stop, Sirha tries to stop in the first space available, which means she ends up braking quite sharp to stop in that space, which doesn't give the vehicle behind her enough time to react. And drive off when you're ready.
Okay, I was ready.
Okay, so when it's safe to do so, I'd like you to demonstrate how you would check that the horn is working. Thank you. You can see along this road there are parked vehicles on the right hand side, and Sirha is positioned really close to the centre line, and oncoming vehicles need to come over the centre line in order to go around them. And the left hand side at this point is completely empty, so always use all of the space available on the road. Again, while driving along this section of the road, we have parked vehicles on the right hand side and we have a cycle lane with a broken white line on the left hand side. So what you should do is check your mirrors towards the left. As long as there are no cyclists, you need to position into this area so oncoming vehicles can easily get through the middle. You can see the vehicle in front demonstrating. Okay, now at the roundabout, I'd like you to turn right. It's the second exit, turning right. At the roundabout, there are two lanes. The left-hand lane is for going straight ahead and the right-hand lane is for turning right. There's very clear road marking. Sirha enters the left-hand lane and puts on a right indicator and turns from this lane. She gets a serious fault with response to road marking. There was a vehicle behind us and they were quite unsure as to what we were doing. Remember guys, going the wrong way is not a serious fault. If she had realised she's in the wrong lane and simply turned off her right signal and continued ahead, that would have been fine. If you can take the next road on the left just in here. And we're going to look to park. If you can just park up right there, that'd be great. Just literally in that space there, would be nice. Yeah, just kind of go forward a bit more, stop right there. Okay. Okay, so shortly I'm going to get you to carry out the emergency stop. As you're driving down this road, when it's nice and clear, I'm going to look around. When it's safe, I'm going to give you this signal, stop. Okay. I'd like you to stop the car as quickly and as safely as possible. Imagine a child's come running out in front of you and you need to stop the car.
Yeah.
Okay? Wait for my signal before you stop the car.
Okay.
Okay. So drive off whenever you're ready. Doesn't do anything.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Okay, so we're still doing the emergency stop. Not anymore. Not anymore. And just turn right. We'll see if we can do it on that next road, okay? Okay, so we're still doing the emergency stop. Just wait for my signal, drive normally from here on. And we're not doing it.
Oh, please.
And if you could just pull in and park up on the left just before that red car, just get right into that space. And just keep rolling forward. Keep going forward. That's great there. And secure the car. Switch off the engine. That's the end of your test. You just give me a few minutes. Alright, Sirha, that's the end of your test. How was your drive?
I know I failed.
Okay, why? Where?
When you stopped me when I was about to turn, yeah.
Okay, why did I stop you?
Because there was cars coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I was about to go, I think.
Yeah.
The quick rush.
So, I know there was nobody immediately there, but we're crossing onto a 40 miles per hour dual carriageway and we could kind of see the first lane and second lane, the one that's kind of further from us, but we couldn't see that first one that we were going to cross into. And I couldn't take the risk of you edging into that lane and a car coming along at 40. So you should have been going into that a lot slower. And then as soon as we turned in, there is a clear giveaway line. But even if that line's not there, you should have been thinking, I'm turning right. It's not my priority. Is there someone in front?
Yeah.
And we were crossing 3 lanes.
Yeah.
That's why it was like, oh, immediate danger.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I also think I failed when I tried to overtake the bus.
Okay, let's talk about that. I feel like you did what you could have possibly done, like the safest way possible. You're waiting, the road's not clear. As soon as the road's clear, you're checking your mirrors, you're signalling you're going.
Yeah.
And now you're already going, and then you see the bus and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
At that point, honestly, I would have just gone.
Okay, cool.
I think you're trying to be too nice and you're just kind of hanging around and it's like, oh wait, what do I just go?
Okay,
we were too far gone to try and give way now.
Yeah.
So that was just too much hesitation at that point.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
There was another serious fault. I want to know if you've identified it.
When you told me to go to the third lane?
Where was that?
A4.
No.
Oh.
You remember just back there was a roundabout by the station. Lots of people.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
What did you do?
I went in too quick, and there was still.
Yeah. The speed wasn't the issue. The road marking was.
Okay, cool.
I said to you, we're going to turn right at the roundabout.
Yeah.
In front of us, we've got a straight marked lane, and we've got a right marked lane.
Oh, I was in the wrong lane. Okay.
You're in the straight marked lane with a right signal. And you've turned right from that lane.
Okay,
so road marking.
Yeah.
The vehicle behind you, he also wanted to make a right turn. They saw your signal in position. First they kind of stayed behind you and then he moved into that lane, and if he'd gone any faster and started to go around you, I would have had to take control.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because the fact that we're in this lane, he's thinking that we're going
straight, yeah.
So road marking is a must. There's lots of good parts as well.
Okay, good. But how many series did I get?
So the main ones that stick out to me right now that I can remember at the top of my head, that right turn, traffic lights, and then that right turn at the roundabout. So both right turns.
Yeah.
Road marking kind of played a factor on both of them, if you think about it. You didn't see the giveaway line, you didn't see the road marking for the right turn. Besides that, I felt like your foot brake was a bit too sharp at points. Did you feel it?
Yeah, I felt it.
Yeah? Is it like that normally?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah? You know how right at the beginning...
I felt like I accelerate too much because I kept hearing the engine.
No, that's normal.
Okay, cool.
I actually felt like you were changing gears a bit too early in this car. It was lagging.
It's because my dad always gives on to me that I'm always on second gear, so I try to make sure I get to third gear.
This is what I've noticed with experienced drivers. They'll just want you to gear up. But you were actually a bit too slow to be going into the next gear, so be mindful of that.
Okay.
Before we actually started recording today's video, we adjusted the seat and we talked about the importance of kind of the ball of your foot for the clutch, and then make sure you're not stretching or too much of a bend that you need. So we fixed the left foot position, but I want to talk about your right foot position, and I feel like that's kind of the reason why your brake was a bit sharp.
Oh, okay.
So your right foot, try not to use your whole foot on the brake.
Oh yeah, because I'm bare like...
Yeah, that's what you want to do. You guys can't see it now, but it's kind of that rather than that.
Yeah.
So just literally the top of your foot, and then if you're using that part, you're not hitting the brake on a massive angle.
Yeah.
It's kind of a lot smaller and a lot softer. Yeah?
Yeah, I get it.
So like this position here, pivot.
Yeah.
Rather than your foot being up there.
Okay.
Yeah? That will definitely help make your brake a lot smoother. Another thing, this kind of popped up a few times, but it was never a major concern, but I would really work on this.
Okay.
So this happened on a few roads where we're driving along and there are parked cars on the right hand side of the road. There's a centre lane. Well, let me start again.
Yeah.
There's a wide road. There are parked cars on the right hand side of the road. There's a centre white line. What you're doing sometimes is you're positioning
In the middle.
in your lane,
On my lane.
but too close to the centre.
Okay, cool.
And then when a car's coming towards you, you're kind of moving left and then bouncing back again.
Okay.
Is there any point in staying on the right there?
No.
If the left is empty, we might as well just kind of adapt a better position. So if on a few different roads, I felt like your road positioning is over there when we could easily be over here.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like I'm over there because when I'm driving my dad, he said I'm too close to the car parks. So now I've got to habit of just driving to avoid being too close.
But the roads that I'm on about, there are no cars on your side.
Oh, okay, cool.
And now you're driving over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like where there were parked cars.
Okay.
So it's just like, if you just think about if it was the other way around and you're driving along with parked cars and you're having to go past them and then the person in front is driving really close, you've kind of left with no space. That's kind of what you're doing, but for the other people. Yeah. There was one more thing that just came to me. Let's talk about your reversing exercise.
Oh yeah.
How was that?
I don't think my car was positioned properly beside the box.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very easily a serious fault can come out of that one because of how you were reversing. The great thing is your control with your feet was nice, your observation was great, but your position in the road was really kind of, the phone started going at that point, which was really silly. Sorry about that. But it was just the fact that as you were reversing, initially when you went into the space, you were slightly angled. Now this is an exaggeration, but you're slightly angled like this.
Yeah.
So when you started reversing,
yeah.
that's why when we first started, it was okay.
Yeah.
But as you kept reversing, you were going further and further. Ow. And by the end, you went, "Oh, can I adjust my position?" And I went, "Yeah." And I thought, "Oh, she's gonna just kind of turn right, which is gonna close the gap."
Yeah.
But then you kept reversing like that, and then you wanted to go forward, and I thought, "No." Don't do that.
That's how I wanted to first get all the back so I could go on first gear and try and reverse.
No. So next time when you're parking on the right hand side of the road, or even parking on the left, use the car in front. Yeah. Get yourself in a nice straight position using the car.
Okay. So when I'm in reverse, I'm just going more like that.
If you are going outwards and you can see it, just tilt like that, and just tilt and hold, and it will close the gap. When it closes, tilt the other way. Okay. Cool. So it's like with the wheel, it's a small movement like that. Yeah. So it's not a massive turn. Otherwise, you're gonna go. Yeah. The roundabout, the massive roundabout, you dealt with that nicely. Okay. You were panicking a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I was scared about because I haven't done big roundabouts like that.
You were really panicking on that one, and I wanted to see you sweating a little bit, so I thought, let me let her just have her little moment. I want to see how she reacts to this. Yeah. But you dealt with it nicely. Okay, because at one point you thought you were going the wrong way. Yeah, I thought I was. And I'm so glad you dealt with it safely. Yeah. Because at the point you're thinking, well, that's the exit. I thought, oh, she's going to dart. She's going to dart, but you didn't. Yeah. So good. Okay, good. If you're going the wrong way, just continue. Even if that was our exit, you did the right thing. Yeah. Yeah. One more thing comes to my mind. Oh, right at the beginning, you did really well with that right turn at the traffic lights by the HSBC. Oh, okay. Where there was already 3 cars in front of you, and then there was a bit of space, but the stop line is here and you waited there. Then when they started to go and the light was still green, you moved forward. You dealt with that junction, honestly, really, really well. Good. Okay, experienced drivers would mess that sort of junction up where they'll kind of go too far. Okay, good. I'm thinking if there's anything else. Is there anything else that comes to mind for you? I'm trying to think. I remember I wanted to ask you a question, but now I can't even remember it. Oh. I was going to ask, you know, in the test, like, if you go past the orange light, is that bad? When the traffic lights go amber and you have time to stop, stop. But if you're too close, continue. So amber simply means stop if it's safe. Okay, yeah. And with every traffic light, there's a point where it is safe and then there's a point where it isn't. Is it safe? Okay. So as long as you've taken that precaution of kind of stepping off the accelerator and now you've got time, you can stop. But if you stepped off the accelerator but you went too close and it changed, just go. Okay, cool. Yeah. Alright guys, that is the end of today's mock test video. Hopefully you guys have learned a thing or two. If you have, let us know down in the comments. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoy watching this content. Subscribe if you're new. I always mess up on this part more than anything. Oh gosh. Subscribe if you're new and select the bell icon so that you get a notification every time that I upload. And that's it from me today. Thank you for watching. Bye. Bye.